Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with today's pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas is looking to win another Pacific Division title, and Edmonton is battling for home ice advantage in round one, where they will likely play the Los Angeles Kings once again for the fourth straight season in the postseason. Now, the Oilers, they do play LA two more times in their final 9 games, so that will be instrumental in determining who will get home ice. I think a division title is a long shot at this point. There's just not enough runway for Edmonton to catch Vegas. However, a win in regulation tonight would go a long way in putting pressure on the LA Kings, who are ahead of Edmonton by 2 points. It'll put pressure on LA to keep winning and maintain their spot in the standings. And of course, the Oilers, they're going to be a little bit short-handed tonight. Mattias, Ekholm, Stuart Skinner, Connor McDavid, they are all not playing tonight. Although, even though Stuart Skinner and Mattias Ekholm did not travel with the team for this road trip, at least not yet, Connor McDavid did. So that shows that Connor McDavid will likely play at some point on this road trip. I would imagine maybe by the weekend against LA on Saturday or sometime early next week. However, when it comes to the injury situation for Edmonton, I think we all just want the players to be healthy and 100% before the playoffs. I think the team is trying to prioritize health over home ice as well. So let's see if the team can dig in deep. Let's see if Draisaitl and the rest of the group can find a way to dig up some points here and find a way to maintain their position in the standings and get closer to clinching their Stanley Cup playoff berth. If you end up enjoying this pregame report, just make sure to smash that like button. And as always, if you end up really liking it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way in supporting. We are climbing our way towards 5,000 subs, which is absolutely incredible. Now, for today's preview, we're going to be discussing the lineups, the game day stats, the keys to the game, players to watch, and of course, the score prediction, which I hope to not forget this time. I forgot the score prediction against the Calgary Flames during that preview, so let's not do that this time. Let's jump into the projected lineup for your Edmonton Oilers. Vasily Podkolzin with Leon Draisaitl and Victor Arvidsson will likely be line one once again. I thought they had some real good looks against the Calgary Flames. Victor Arvidsson especially had some, good looks. He's been playing very good. He hasn't been rewarded on the score sheet, but he has been playing very good hockey. Leon Draisaitl in his return to the lineup from injury, 2 goals and an assist to lead Edmonton over the Calgary Flames. Leon Draisaitl just putting a cherry on top of his Hart MVP caliber season, and let's see if he's able to continue that kind of production tonight. On the second line, you'll have Jeff Skinner with Nugent Hopkins and Zach Hyman, which, again, I thought was a good line. Jeff Skinner has been all over it. He led the Oilers in hits the other night against Calgary. He had 6 hits against the Calgary Flames, and Jeff Skinner, he's not known to be a physical player, but he's doing what he can to stay in the lineup, and even though the puck is not going in the net for him, he is playing some real strong hockey, and he has some of the best advanced metrics on the team over the past several games here. So for Jeff Skinner, if he keeps playing the way he has been, that puck's going to be going in the net very soon. On the third line, you'll have Max Jones with Adam Henrique and Kasperi Kapanen, though you could consider this the fourth line, and then Perry, Janmark, and Brown could be considered the third line. You can interchange Jones and Perry. I don't foresee Max Jones playing a whole lot tonight. He only played about 6 minutes against the Calgary Flames, and it is very obvious that this coaching staff does not trust him, and they do not want to play him, but they don't want to go 11-7. So Jones, he's a body. He'll go out there. He'll hit a couple guys, and he's fast. He can skate, but he doesn't do a whole lot when he's out there, and he's very chaotic. He's not really defensively responsible. This is a player that once the team gets healthier, he is absolutely going to be sent down to Bakersfield or at minimum be a healthy scratch moving forward. And of course, Corey Perry, terrific season, 16 goals. Let's see if he can find a way to contribute a little bit more on offense against a very good Vegas Golden Knights team. On defense, in the absence of Mattias Ekholm, you'll have Wallman with Bouchard likely once again. I thought they looked okay against Calgary. I thought they had their moments of good and bad. Let's see if they can find some consistency. On the second pair, you'll have Nurse with Stetcher. Darnell Nurse playing some of his best hockey as of late. I really liked his game against Calgary. Darnell Nurse also has 6 points in his last 5 games. Darnell Nurse also made a great play in the neutral zone before Draisaitl tied the game up at 2 against the Calgary Flames, where he made that beautiful back check. He poked the puck up to Bouchard. Bouchard with the no-look backhand pass across the ice to Leon Draisaitl. And then Zach Hyman, I didn't notice at the time, nice little stick hook on the Calgary Flames defender that allowed Draisaitl a little bit of extra space. It is by committee with this team right now, and it's going to have to continue to be by committee and making good plays and smart plays if the Oilers are going to have a chance to win tonight. Third pair, you'll have Kulak with Emberson. Now, Ty Emberson, he's been looking a little bit shaky as of late. However, I still like him in the lineup over John Klingberg, who is apparently hurt again or something. I don't actually know what's going on with John Klingberg, but I would like to imagine John Klingberg's time in Edmonton is going to be coming to an end, and he will not get into the lineup unless there are several more injuries to several more defensemen. At this point, I absolutely trust someone like Cam Dineen coming up from Bakersfield than playing John Klingberg ever again in this lineup. No offense to John Klingberg. I think it's very admirable that he tried to come back from the injuries that he's had, but I think he does need a full off season's worth of training, proper training camp to get into game shape, and then also find a way to get into the lineup. He just didn't work out for Edmonton, in my opinion. He's a nice option to have if there are injuries in the playoffs, I guess, as like a limited, like you play him 9-10 minutes just for puck movement, maybe some power play. But other than that, I think John Klingberg, he's probably done with the Oilers. And in goal, you'll have Calvin Pickard with the start once again, and then Olivier Rodrigue as the backup. I would imagine the Oilers are going to start Rodrigue at some point on this road trip. I'd like to imagine that they'll play him Thursday against the San Jose Sharks. If you're going to get Rodrigue into his first NHL start, I would do it against San Jose. No offense to the San Jose Sharks, no disrespect at all. They are in last place, and it's a team that Edmonton, no matter what, should be able to beat. And I think putting Rodrigue in against the Sharks would be the way to go, but we will find out what Kris Knoblauch and the coaching staff has up their sleeve for this road trip. Now, looking at the game day stats here, the Vegas Golden Knights, they are 45-20-8. They are 7-1-2 in their last 10 games, and they have won 6 straight. And Vegas, they are getting hot at the right time. This is a team that I would be very concerned about playing in round 1. And if the playoffs were to start today, I do believe they would end up playing the Minnesota Wild or the St. Louis Blues. I can't remember which one. Either way, Vegas likely moves on to round 2. And if the Oilers win their first round matchup, that is who they play. So there are more than just position in the standings implications for this game. The Oilers lost their first 2 games against Vegas this season, and then they won their third matchup 6-3 back in December. And the Oilers, they have to show that they can hang with the best teams in the NHL. They have to show that they can beat these teams and show them that they're not going to be pushed around, even without Connor McDavid and Mattias Ekholm in the lineup tonight. Vegas, they are 6th in the NHL in expected goals at 5-on-5. They are first on the power play at a whopping 30.8%. The Vegas Golden Knights power play has been unbelievable this season. And if the Oilers find themselves in the penalty box numerous times tonight, it is not going to end well for Edmonton. Vegas, though, their only blip on the season as a team is their penalty kill. It ranks 24th in the NHL, which is very surprising because they have a pretty good defensive core, and a Bruce Cassidy coach team usually has very good penalty kill. When he was the coach in Boston, the Bruins penalty kill was very strong. Vegas right now, that is not a good penalty kill. So if the Oilers are able to get a couple power plays, I'd like to think Edmonton can score on them. However, in the Oilers 1-0 loss to Vegas back in November, there were no power plays for either team. So who knows? Maybe the refs will just put their whistles away for this one as well. Vegas, they score 3.41 goals per game, which ranks 4th. They give up 2.63 goals against per game, which ranks 5th. Adin Hill likely gets the start tonight, and he has had Edmonton's number for the most part in his career. Corsi 4 ranks 8th, and shots 4 percentage ranks 6th. The Vegas Golden Knights are a well-rounded team, top to bottom, led by Jack Eichel's breakout season, you could call it, which is, it's kind of funny we're talking about Jack Eichel having a breakout season because he's had a very good career up to this point, but Eichel likely to hit 100 points for the first time in his career this year. He has played phenomenal hockey for Vegas. He was named 2nd star of the week. That's a player that Edmonton's going to have to watch out for tonight for sure. Looking on the Oilers side, they're 41-26-5. They are 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. They rank 4th in expected goals, 8th on the power play, 20th on the penalty kill. They rank 9th in goals per game, 14th in goals against per game. They rank 4th in Corsi 4 percentage and 2nd in shots 4 percentage. The Oilers, again, they are a good team. They just need a little bit more finish, and they need a few more saves. Calvin Pickard has his work cut out for him tonight. Now let's get into the keys of the game. The keys to the game for the Edmonton Oilers. They need depth scoring. They cannot just rely on Leon Draisaitl once again to come in and be the guy that scores and is the hero. Do I like that Draisaitl can be the hero? Absolutely. But the team, overall, you could say that game against Seattle might have been a blip, but I liked how Edmonton played against Dallas. I liked how they played the game before when McDavid and Draisaitl were both out. I liked overall how this team has responded without their big players in the lineup. They're going to need some help with depth scoring. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, he was hot. Now it looks like he's cooling down. We need Nuge to show up. Come on, Nuge, let's go. Number 2, no unnecessary risks. The Vegas Golden Knights, they feast on mistakes. If you are not managing the puck, especially in the neutral zone, Vegas is going to just eat you apart or tear you apart like you are a slice of warm bread. Just don't make any unnecessary risks. Play your system, play the game that you know how to play, and force Vegas to come at you. Don't just give Vegas the opening, right? Force them, make them work for it every single time. And number 3, limit the east-west plays. What do I mean by east-west? I mean those cross-ice passes. The Oilers are not a good rush defending team, and they do give up a decent amount of cross-ice passes where the puck goes from one end of the ice to the other for a one-timer or whatever the case is. Their goalies are moving. That's how Stuart Skinner gets torn apart. He is not a good east-west player or goaltender when it comes to the lateral movement. For the Oilers, they have to limit that against Vegas because Vegas, they're going to be trying that. They're going to be trying to get Calvin Pickard moving. If the Oilers are good with their sticks in the lanes, good with body positioning and clearing the front of that crease, I like their chances tonight. For the Vegas Golden Knights, number 1, assert your physicality. Now, Vegas is not the most overly physical team, but they do have bruisers on that team that will be physical tonight, especially in a playoff-like atmosphere in Vegas. So Edmonton has to be ready to respond if needed. Don't respond by taking unnecessary penalties, but Vegas, they're going to try and get under Edmonton's skin tonight with their physicality. Number 2, power play efficiency. If Vegas gets a couple power plays, they're going to want to convert on them because at 5-on-5, these teams are very even, and who knows where the game will go. Who knows who will score the most goals tonight at 5-on-5. So the power play will be instrumental for Vegas if they get a couple opportunities. Their power play has been absolutely lethal all season long. We'll see if Edmonton can keep them at bay. And number 3, spread Edmonton's defense out. For Vegas, they're really good at stretching the play in the neutral zone, those long passes up to center and then forcing defenders to back off. Vegas is going to be trying to create space in that fashion. They're going to be trying to push the Oilers' defense back and not allowing Edmonton's defense to properly hold their own blue line, and then they can come in and attack off the rush. Vegas, especially in the offensive zone, when they're cycling the puck around, they're going to be trying to do the same thing. They're going to be moving that puck east to west. They're going to be cycling it down low. They're going to try and spread Edmonton's defense out. Edmonton has to make sure that they are just positionally sound, communicating on the ice with each other, and not allowing Vegas any easy zone entries and easy entries into high danger shooting areas on the ice. Now, my players to watch tonight. Number 1 for Edmonton, Darnell Nurse. I mentioned earlier in the video, he has 6 points in his last 5 games. He's been playing very good hockey, and in the absence of Mattias Ekholm, they need Darnell Nurse to play the way he has been as of late. I like Nurse's play overall this season. Yes, he's still prone to those weird boneheaded moves and plays, but every defenseman on this team is. For Darnell Nurse, he's been playing good. Let's see if he can continue that. And for Vegas, Jack Eichel, the NHL's second star of the week, on pace for his first 100-point season in the NHL. Jack Eichel has been the offensive driver this season for Vegas. And for Vegas fans, they obviously absolutely love this. For Buffalo Sabres fans, you're catching a stray bullet here. You're probably not very happy seeing Jack Eichel with the success that he's having. But for Jack Eichel, terrific player. He's always producing against Edmonton, and they're going to have their work cut out trying to stop him tonight. Now, my score prediction, drum roll. Sorry, Oilers fans, this is going to be a tough one. I really do want to pick the Oilers to win, but I'm taking a realistic approach to this game. I do think Vegas is going to win, and I'm going to say 5-3. I just think on paper right now, the Oilers missing their arguably overall best defenseman in Mattias Ekholm. They're still missing Connor McDavid. They have lingering injury issues that they're trying to resolve, and it's going to take a full team effort to beat a very good Vegas Golden Knights team that has, they've caught fire. Vegas Golden Knights, they've won 6 in a row. For Edmonton, if they manage to win this game tonight, if they keep the score close and they find a way, I will be super, super happy, and we will be celebrating in the post-game fan reaction after the game. But I'm taking the realistic approach here. I think it's a tough one for Edmonton. I think this is a tough ask for this group, but Let's see if they can prove me wrong. Let's see if they can prove all of us wrong in oil country as we get set for tonight's huge game against the Golden Knights. So if you're still watching at this point in the video, thank you all so much. It truly means the world. We'll see you in the post-game fan reaction. As a friendly reminder, I will be taking fan questions after the game. Find me on Twitter or x.com at ahockey1993. At the end of the game, I will put a tweet out just being like, hey, send me your questions or comments. Hit reply. Send whatever you want to send, and I will address it tonight in the fan reaction. I love all of you. Tell someone that you love them before the game tonight, and as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. Let's see if they can get a big win tonight.